Position is we'll get ourselves underway in the GB3 Championship, partnered by the BRDC. We're underway in the third final race here at Oulton Park. Great launch there from Grundtvig. Tommy Smith's going to hang on to second place, but look at Bryce Keaton Shields rather, who's attacking, potential to try and get on the podium. He didn't manage to find his way through. Looking on the inside as we're seeing a couple of the elite motorsports cars running wide. Brilliant start there though, as you were saying, from Grundtvig. Absolutely smashed it.
Absolutely brilliant start, hooked it up, lovely clutch control, fired away, and he's got himself a Luke Browning-like gap at the front here. It's amazing. And as I said, if you get away at the front, that's obviously half the work done.
Yeah, and honestly, as we look backwards, they're all side by side because, of course, they are the run from Old Hall and then out to this way. They're always going to be a little bit tight. David Morales there with a bit of a lock up into Shell Oils as they're side by side between the two Douglas Motorsports cars. Oh, and there's one of them off the road. That one is the number 11 of Marcus Flack, who might have received a little bit of contact from his teammate Max Esterson. Not necessarily sure if there was contact. We saw that between Carlin the other day.
Again, a very, very similar instance to the race one with the two Carlin cars. I don't think any contact this time. I think it was just being squeezed wide. Maybe could have relinquished the corner a little earlier, but we can see there was one of the CDR cars going side by side down the straight there, two wheels on the grass, but not managing to take that place, unfortunately.
Yeah, Brandon Oxley, a fresh floor, and thinks, why not break it in a little bit by just trying to drive it over some of the grass.
Again, dominating performance here from Mikael Grundtvig. I said that if he got away at the start, I reckon he might have it, and he's shown that he's got the consistency. Again, nice consistent laps, his last few laps all within a few tenths and not making any mistakes.
I mean, right now, Roberto Ferrer, he's the one that's really gaining the most, because I think he might actually just about steal the championship lead, if I'm perfectly honest, based on where he's presently running. Of course, there'll be no points dished out to the High-Tech Grand Prix car of Luke Browning because he's retired. So. Yeah. That's a big, big loss. Yeah, exactly, and that proves how important that consistency and making sure that you finish is. Again, Browning will probably feel pretty aggrieved because it probably wasn't his fault, but it's one of those things. It's racing. If you're putting yourself, trying to make those moves, you are putting yourself in the risk of having contact. As we can see, Mikael Grundtvig coming over the line now to win the race. Dominant. Absolutely incredible. GB3 Championship, round number 3. Mikael Grundtvig, Fortec Motorsports. He is your winner. Tommy Smith, though, coming a down note. Focus on the victories, though. Focus on the positives and move forward to Silverstone. Yeah, it shows how important qualifying is as well. You know, he's qualified on pole and he's won 2 races. So if he can just take it out into the next round, continue with the really good pace that he's been showing, do that into the next round, and then hopefully do the same, then he might set himself up. And maybe he'd learn from the fact that, you know, when you're working your way through the field, you're increasing your risk. So maybe just.
I am indeed, yes. Mikael Grundtvig, the first Danish winner of the season. Well, you're the only Dane on the grid, but you know, it's good. You must be pretty happy with that, because I don't think things in the first 3 rounds have maybe gone how you wanted them to go.
No, I mean, we had a very tough start to this year. I mean, this race weekend. So, I mean, to finish it like this is just incredible. When we hold on the grid at the P1, I didn't really thought that. I was thinking that would be possible because we have really fight with a lot, but when everything goes as planned, it's just, yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm so happy, overwhelming.
Okay, no, it's good, it's good. So you got a good start and you managed to just hold on for the whole race and you kept that pace up.
Yeah, I mean, I just kept my head down and just focused on myself, you know. Keep looking forward and just focusing on my lines. And then suddenly, I think after 7-8 laps or something, I looked in the mirror, couldn't see a car, and I was like, okay, now I have it.
So that's when you know you're doing okay, and obviously you'll be hoping that this is a springboard into Silverstone, and you can move from there and you can move up that leaderboard.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Mikael, we'll let you go and celebrate on the grid in just a second. Well, the cars are still there, as I mentioned before. They go off to scrutineering, so we can maybe we'll walk with Jonathan Palmer. Let's see if Jonathan Palmer will walk with us. Jonathan, would you like to walk and talk on our live broadcast? Is that okay? We were just saying, we've seen Jonathan Palmer, obviously, the Chief Executive of MSP, is that your official title?
Yeah, that's it.
The man behind both championships, and we've seen today 4 exceptional races, and over the weekend 6 really quite scintillating races, and it just shows how competitive the teams are and the drivers are in these 2 different championships.
Yeah, I mean, this last race we've just seen, the reverse grid GB3 race, it was a great race, and what the reverse grid does is it gives an opportunity for the guys that are round about in the midfield normally, gives an opportunity for them to run at the front, and when they do that, you know, it always impresses me how quickly they go, and I think it comes from a combination of confidence. When they're out in the front, like Mikel there, and it gives him confidence being at the front. But also they are in clean air, and when you're back in the midfield of a pack, all the turbulence from the cars in front does affect the downforce. And when you're out in front, you don't have that. You do get clean air and you get the advantage of it. But of course, if you're not quick enough in qualifying, you never get the advantage of that too. So it's quite tricky. So having the reverse grid race does give the guys a chance to have that all-important clean air opportunity. Some make a better job of it than others, and boost their confidence. So it's really, really important too.
And we were just saying that, obviously these championships are great springboards. So you have GB4, which is now a great sort of transitional from karting for those drivers that wanted to get into the wings and slicks driving, and obviously GB3 being a springboard to maybe worldwide competitions, FIA, things like that. But if you're a great driver, being at the back, you're going to learn so much more getting past cars and not having it all your own way.
Absolutely. One of the things that every driver has to do is accept the fact that fundamentally he's there not just to win and say I'm great and people to recognise it, but to learn how to win and be great. And that comes from working away. When I started racing, you're at the back of the field. Every driver when he starts, generally is at the back of a field. And what really marks the people out that are going to be successful is those that can actually knuckle down, not get dispirited, recognise that other people have got more experience and chip away at it and work out where to find that time and then convert it to qualifying positions and ultimately race positions, championship wins. And for sure, there are going to be drivers in GB3 who are going to be in Formula 1.
Excellent. Well, look, we're going to hand over to the podium, but very quickly, Jonathan.
Michael Grundtvig, and what a race win it was. Again, it was very Luke Browning-esque, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's obviously the order of the weekend is go out from pole, get a nice start, get a nice gap, drive away from the field. And he obviously took notes on Luke Browning in the first two races and did it well in the third race. Again, it must be a notable mention, as David Morales said, that move around the outside of the island corner into the shell hairpin.
Good.
As he mentioned, right on the grass, flat out, side by side, high risk but high reward, and the podium he gets for that.
I don't know where I'd put move of the weekend, because we've had a few good ones. We don't get too many overtakes around here, but when we do get them, they are very, very good. And that one from Morales is right up there. It's such a good one.
Brandon Oxley as well into that final corner in that race as well. That was a
control.
late move, ducked out,